So a lot of people, including myself, want to know, well, what do you learn by going through that prism? Right? I got to look behind the curtain. And what I got from it was, how will you live your dash? You guys seen this before? What's your dash? Here's your dash. Everybody's got one. How are you going to live it? Years ago, when I was 26 years old, one of my favorite clients said, David, if you had 2 words you could put on your tombstone, what would they be? I said, wow, that's a big question. I said, can I tell you next visit? She said, yeah. So 5 weeks later, she comes in, and she says, David, have you figured it out? And I said, no. I said, that's a really big question. I said, what are your 2 words? And she said, I lived. I said, wow, that's really good. I said, can I borrow those? 26 years old, I've had a thing in my kitchen, piece of art, since I was 26 that says I lived. Every opportunity that I had to travel, do something exciting, live life out of the ordinary, I did because this was my mantra. About a year before I got ill, I called my friend Greta and I said, Greta, we have to have lunch. She said, why? I said, I want to change my words. She said, really? So we had lunch and I said, I want to trade in a vowel. I want to trade my I for an O. And I had a new piece of art made that was so much more important than the old one. Instead of it being about how big I lived, it didn't matter how many books were sold. It didn't matter where I traveled. It didn't matter. What mattered was, how big did I love? Did I love what I was doing? Did I inspire others to do the same, seek out the same in their life? What was my relationship with my wife, my family, my coworkers? If you can wake up to this and live it, and then be remembered for it, if other people would put on your tombstone the same thing because of how you were, it's not what you did, it's how you were, your being, right? So I felt really fortunate when I was going through my cancer because I was okay with leaving. I was truly okay with leaving. Because I knew that I lived my life on purpose, that I had given more than I had taken, and that I had loved. And I can't tell you how comforting that is when you think that you might be leaving. I fought with everything that I could, but I was also okay with the life that I led. It's like the 84-year-old guy, it's never too late to be a Daymaker. I've been blessed to be one since I was 26. So what will you do with your dash? What will you do with your dash? Sometimes we get bark marks, especially in business. If we were to do a video, not of the customer or the truck driver, but us, want to be just as nutty, crazy? Sometimes you just have to step back and reflect on the bigger picture. So what will you do with your dash? Think about that on the way home tonight, too. Think about that on the way home tonight. So this is my blessing, how I feel blessed. We're blessed to be in the beauty business. I love transforming people. The creation of beauty is also in our actions. Creating heart-to-heart resuscitation with another human being is the greatest act of beauty that I've witnessed. Whether it's at Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, aren't we talking about the same thing? Is heart-to-heart resuscitation? Here's the interesting thing. All the frontline people, they don't get depleted if they give as Daymakers. If you give what I call palm up, you will get depleted. If you do it for the tip, if you do it for the raise, if you do it for the promotion, there's a condition attached, right? But Daymakers give quite differently. They give palm down, no strings attached. And when you give that way, just from a sense of being a Daymaker, you harvest energy. And you don't get tired serving. Make sense? And it's interesting how random it can be. I was coming over the Golden Gate Bridge years ago. Everybody's read that Random Act of Kindness where the guy pays for the person behind. Happens at Starbucks too. So we're pulling in and I said, let's do it. Let's pay for the person behind us. So I give the guy, I said, here's $5 for me and $5 for whoever comes behind me. I look in my rearview mirror, there's nobody behind me. I really wanted some juice, you know, but there's nobody behind me, and I thought, at least I made somebody's day. The guy in the booth jumps out of the booth and he says to all the other guys in the booth, it happened, it finally happened to me. I wanted to make this guy's day, end up making the guy's day in the booth. Because he had never had that happen, but it was a famous story that had happened to everybody else. So you never know the vibration that you're going to put out, or the ripple effect that it has by being a Daymaker, right? So what we've done here in the last few days, I think is exactly what I'm talking about. We want to be of service to our customers, yes. We want to be of service to our employees, to our shareholders even. And when you do it like this, I guarantee you'll live a more fulfilled life, and you'll love not only what you're doing, but you'll love the person that you become. And maybe you'll be okay when you leave. Because I was. Pretty profound, isn't it? The simplest things are the most profound. So thank you for making my day. I'm so inspired to go back and get busy, because I love what I do and I want to make it even better. I can't thank John enough. This is good medicine for me. So as much as, you know, traveling and so on and so forth, it helps my immune system. And I appreciate that. And I really appreciate the attention, the quality of your attention too. So thank you. Thanks,